Yo.
Back. The dynamic is back. Dynamic trio. Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get hit in the throat. Not gonna lie.
We back again with another video, man. Like the video, subscribe. Y'all know what to do. We got our top 2 factions of all time, our 2 favorite factions of all time. We finna bring it to y'all right here on the Heavy Hitters Entertainment podcast, man.
Could be any era, any
era. Any
whatever.
Any promotion? Yeah, you
any era.
Oh, any era. Any era.
And that is just too sweet.
But yeah, so I ain't gonna lie. We can kick it off, man.
I'm gonna kick it off because I'm wearing one of them right here on my sweatshirt. I'm going with Bullet Club.
Now, before you tell us why the Bullet Club your favorite faction,
gotta give a little background now.
How many people are in there?
There was a lot of people.
There's like roughly.
But I'm saying the Bullet Club been a faction for so long,
almost 10 years,
with just different leaders, different like that group crazy. But yeah, you go ahead though.
So for me, I like Bullet Club, and here's why. It's because, well, one, they have had guys come in and out. They have had multiple years. But the one thing that's always been consistent is they make sure from top to bottom, they cover every division. They make sure they got heavyweight wrestlers. They got their junior/cruiserweight wrestlers. Their heavyweight tag team. Their cruiserweight/junior heavyweight tag team. Like, they cover it. And one thing that has been with them for the last almost 10 years, it'll be 10 years as of next May.
10 years of faction steel. That's crazy.
Like, they have been so dominant throughout those 10 years. And basically, you go around nowadays and you see, as for those that are wrestling fans, there's at least 1 or 2 people that you see walking around with one of these on. Yeah. I usually have my hat, but I went with the white one today.
Bro, with the blank hat today.
You could even see on like a Monday Night Raw or something, you see a Bullet Club shirt, because everyone who's in the wrestling outside of the WWE bubble has heard of Bullet Club.
No, that's facts. I've seen multiple people in WWE crowds with a Bullet Club something.
No, I'm saying those that aren't WWE, like those that are just WWE heavy, like those that haven't, because they'll look in the crowd and be like, "What's Bullet Club?"
Exactly, yeah.
But those that know wrestling, that follow other wrestling promotions, like myself and like him. Not much him so much, but
I feel like you were throwing a shot. I just didn't want to say it.
Man,
it's like you trying to throw a shot.
You felt it like the whole time he was on there.
Yeah, I'm
like I didn't want to throw shade, but
you were doing it anyway though.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I mean, yeah, you right though. The Bullet Club, a big name, like
they're dominant
everywhere.
They're dominant. They're consistent, and they're everywhere. I mean, look at even WWE. Styles, Balor, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, all Bullet Club.
The only thing WWE need is my man's Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. Get all them up.
They got Cody. We good. We good with Cody.
Even Cody was Bullet Club.
We don't need Omega in them.
Yeah, we need Omega. That one run with Omega, bro. One run.
There's
in the WWE.
That would be interesting, but I like him where he's at. Yeah, but for me, like,
he won't be nothing over.
He'd be better than Roman. But anywho.
Yeah, we just saying that.
But like, you see them everywhere. They're in AEW. They're in Impact. They're in New Japan. They're everywhere.
Right.
So they're everywhere. They're consistent. They're dominant. And 10 years.
That's crazy.
10 years.
That's crazy.
Consistently dominant.
Should have broke up 10 years ago.
They're strong. They're going 10 years strong, and I know they're going to go strong for another 10 years. So for me, my number 1, Bullet Club. Just too sweet.
That was the NWO. That ain't Bullet Club. That's NWO.
Chill, man.
This man is on it with me.
I'm gonna go next, man. you went mode, man. You ain't going right now. So I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite factions of all time. It's a lot of factions of WWE, other companies, all that, but I'm gonna go with WWE faction, man. One of my favorites of all time. They all went their separate ways, had success. I'm going with the Shield, man. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose.
Oh. My bad. I forgot we was on the video for a second.
It's all good, man. Look,
We gotta bleep it.
the Shield. I got the Shield, man. I like how they debuted it 2012, destroyed Ryback, Cena, CM Punk. But they was really working with CM Punk for a minute because obviously he was the person who came up with the idea for a 3-man group. I heard Vince wanted the group to be Seth, Dean, and CM Punk, but CM Punk like, let's get. No, it was actually no, I'm wrong.
Chris Hero.
Vince wanted CM Punk and Daniel Bryan as somebody to be in the group.
Big Show.
Yeah, something like that. And then CM Punk like, let's get 3 young dudes from NXT to do it. And like you said, Chris Hero, aka Cassius Ohno, was supposed to be in Roman Reigns' position, but he didn't want to lose weight, so Roman Reigns came along. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what's time.
We're doing it,
man. You gotta chill, man. But no, I like the Shield was one of my top favorite facts just because like the way they dominated, they beat up everybody. They came in, they all won titles, and the chemistry was just there. Like the Shield is one of the great factions. 2-year run. They should have had at least another year as a face group because they was healed their first 2 years.
Yeah. They were faced for maybe
It was like 6 months.
Yeah, like a couple of months, and then they turned. Then that's when Seth did that tragic deed and stabbed his brothers in the back. So I got the Shield, man. Believe in the hounds of justice. We can't leave them hanging, man.
One honorable mention I want to make though with the Shield real quick before we go any further, and even after they disbanded as a group, they were all strong on their own. They were all world champions on one single night. Money in the Bank. They were all champion at one point. I think it was Roman came in as champion against Seth. Seth won, but then Dean cashed in. So all 3 members of the Shield in less than an hour.
Yeah, that's crazy how WWE did that. Made all 3 of them WWE champions the same night. Yeah.
Speaking of Roman Reigns,
The Bloodline,
of course.
The Bloodline been together what?
Well, basically.
Now, what were you looking at? Like when they were just kind of tag teaming together?
I'm talking about their recent run, because they were the Bloodline, but it was like that's Roman, that's the
right, it's family, right, but not like the whole group together.
And then Dean Ambrose was kind of filling around in there too.
But now, like you see it, though, like we said, Roman's been champion 2 years. Uso's been champion for a year. They've dominated.
They almost finna break the New Day record. They 30 days away.
Yeah, and they about to break it.
They gonna break it.
It's like they beating the Street Profits. They beating Rated R. I was about to say Rated Arcade.
The Street Profits.
Arcade Bro. They beating everybody. Like Roman Reigns basically ran through the whole roster. They've dominated. Like I've never seen them. There'd be a world champion for 2 years, and then also tag team champions for a year. I've never seen nothing like that. So
we the ones,
bro. So
honorary Sami Zayn, the best member.
And there's actually never been a group that's held both world titles and both tag titles. At the same
undisputed.
time.
Yeah, they just been making history like crazy. Like Roman almost passing 800 days as Universal Champion, and like 2 or 3 is WWE
he up
champion.
there. And let's not forget that Solo was
NXT North American
champion at the same time.
Yeah, so it's like combined reigns with both titles. It's over 1,000 days already.
Now I'm throwing it out there. Now, what if hypothetically speaking, Solo goes out and wins the United States Intercontinental title?
That just make them even.
I feel like WWE that'll look like video game type stuff, like
a My Universe moment.
Like this whole, come on, bro. Unifying the 2 mid, ain't no more titles now.
They look like Cody Rhodes in my booking.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like all these titles.
Like, you can't unify the mid. That's all we got left. The U.S. title. You unify those, there's no titles left.
Except the women's titles.
Like, come on, man. You might well throw a female in the bloodline, like Tamina or something.
I'd rather get Naomi back.
Yeah, Naomi, cool. But yeah,
I'll have to see her back.
The bloodline, they up there again.
Yeah, they going crazy. But yeah, so it's on you again.
Oh, I thought okay. So that's fine.
You kicked it off, so
all right.
It's you again.
So for my second faction, they were made up of 4 members, past, present, and future. You could say they were constantly evolving.
I thought she was. I was thinking of something else.
They are known as the group Evolution.
Okay, see, I was thinking League of Nations.
Oh,
What happened?
dude, they ain't in my honorable mentions. That's honorable train
It
wrecks.
was Sheamus, Rusev,
Barrett,
and Alberto. That was
Alberto Del
that was
Rio.
4 single. No.
That ain't past, present, and future. That's
Before you get going, that had potential.
It had potential. They
Them
pushed
four?
it, but they just wanted to put them together to get Roman over.
Yeah.
God, girl, I don't even get. That's a topic for another video.
My bad.
Tell me, Jason. Tell me what you know about Evolution.
Come on.
He's been on it with
I
me.
love Evolution. Like that's my favorite.
Evolution.
So go ahead, lay down. Go ahead.
Tell us the
Talk-
members for the people who don't know who was in Evolution.
So for the 4 members of Evolution, I didn't cover Bullet Club because there would have been too many.
Yeah.
But for Evolution, it consisted of The Game, Triple H, Woo, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
I'm gonna throw my jacket down the hell boy. Hold on.
Elbow it.
No, it's gonna hurt, man.
You got the Animal, Batista, and the Legend Killer, the Viper, Randy.
Hey, that was that young wild Randy Orton.
Yeah. That group was made up of crazy future superstars like with Batista and Randy.
I like them because it really embodied, like, with Evolution, it's constantly evolving. You literally had past, present, and future. You had the past and Ric Flair kind of being the mentor of it all. Triple H, the president, holding the title,
Yeah.
like the leader. And then you have the 2 up-and-comers in Batista and Randy Orton, which both went on to have story-decorated careers, multi-world champions, both first ballot Hall of Famers,
Quitter.
even though he quit a bunch of times.
Like CM Punk.
And they were all dominant. They all held championships at one point in time. I remember it was Triple H was the world champ, Randy was Intercontinental champion, and then Ric Flair and Batista were tag champs.
So Ric Flair was a tag team champion at that point in his career.
Not even world champion at this point. It was tag team.
He was IC champion later.
That's tough.
And the one common denominator with the 2 up-and-comers, both went after Triple H.
Yeah.
Randy won the title from Triple H.
I mean, obviously Triple H got jealous of Randy and turned on him. Randy won. He was the youngest world champion. He beat the man who shouldn't be not be mentioned.
Triple H couldn't beat him.
On him. So, he dropped Randy Orton. That famous.
Yeah.
It was
that was the beginning of
It was just like it was almost it's like the common denominator like with Rey Mysterio and tag partners. They all turn on him. With Triple H and Evolution, 2 up-and-comers, both went after the world title. Both won said world title and left Evolution.
You don't trust Triple H.
Never. If one person you don't trust in wrestling, don't trust Triple H.
That person goes into one of my
It
honorable
don't
mentions.
end well.
What? Can I go and say it or should I have something?
No.
My honorable mention is I might get BS from y'all. I don't know. The Authority. Believe it or not.
It was cool for like a year.
Yeah, it just dragged.
Yeah, like when it first popped off, it was cool.
Yeah,
But like it started in 2014 and ended like in 2016.
Yeah, it dragged.
Nah.
A 2-year reign for
2013. It started 2013.
Yeah, when Randy Orton cashed in on Daniel Bryan.
No, Authority was nice though for like 6 months.
Yeah, a decent little period.
I mean, I really dig the whole Team Cena versus Team Authority Survivor match. Like that, like I know it goes on top, but that match just in itself had passion.
And that established Dolph Ziggler as a real underdog at that point. Like he was a sole survivor Team Cena.
And that was also the starting point for Sting and Triple H because Sting did come back and help Team Cena get the win.
Yeah.
I didn't like kind of how they brought him back with the whole like Seth having his head on Edge's neck, like, you know what you gotta do, John, bring him back.
All right.
Like there could have been many other ways, but it is what it is.
So yeah, I got one more. Man. I ain't gonna lie. This faction to me had a lot of potential, but it didn't go nowhere.
Oh man, don't tell me.
Because of one
Don't tell
man.
me, gang.
I gotta go with the Nexus, man.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That is actually one of my honorable mentions, actually.
Like, I really like the Nexus, man. Wade Barrett was the front man. He had all the mic skills. He had the physical attributes. He was good in the ring. Barrett had everything you need to be a world champion until Cena did what he did at SummerSlam.
What he do?
And buried the Nexus. Not allowing them to get their first major victory on pay-per-view. I mean, obviously, Cena was doing his job, and Vince was like, we want a happy ending, but...
Yeah, because they really wanted to go over, but Vince is like, oh, there's a lot of kids that watch this. We need to have John Cena get the win.
Vince changed the finish the same day of the pay-per-view. When Nexus came in the building, Cena going over. For the whole... Up until SummerSlam, the Nexus was going over. And then even Chris Jericho and Edge was like, that's wrong. Like, they should have won. Like, they was the young group. They made a statement. They made an impact. They came in and they had a great theme song.
It was We Are One by 12 Stone.
We will fight forever.
Actually, believe it or not, to go off of you, actually a couple days ago, I'm not making this up for the video, I swear. Literally, a couple days ago, I was driving from Orland and I was on the expressway and I just had We Walk Alone.
Yeah.
Like, I just had it playing.
Like, we are one. Change the history.
Like, I literally was like, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, man, that Nexus theme song go hard.
Yeah, and what was their catchphrase? You either Nexus.
You're either Nexus or against
us.
us.
You either a heavy hitter or you against us.
All right, man. I don't want to smoke with us.
Yeah, I like Nexus, and I'm one honorable mention. I'm gonna just say Legacy. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase.
One honorable mention I want to make about the Nexus is it was actually supposed to come back before COVID came into play. They actually were legitimately bringing Nexus back, but COVID just botched all the plans.
They didn't really do nothing.
I mean, like,
I remember the starter.
They didn't do nothing because they didn't really get the opportunity to really.
Right, so like them coming back, like, oh, that's next. Like, remember that time they?
It's like it's nothing. You don't remember nothing.
Like,
besides when they destroyed Cena on their debut.
Like, when I think about Evolution, I say, all right. Remember they won all the titles at Armageddon. Remember they were running Raw for months and 2 years and all this.
Like Nexus got some memorable moments though. Like I said, they debut was probably one of the greatest debuts from a group ever. The way they just destroyed the whole thing. Like
Daniel Bryan got released through all that because there was specific things you were not supposed to do. That was like spin someone's face and choke someone out with a tie.
Yeah, he shouldn't have.
He did both of those.
Yeah, he shouldn't have choked them out. Then he spit on him like, what?
I think he spit on Cena.
What are you
something.
doing, bro?
Nah, he would spit on Cena.
He spit in Cena's face. That's why he got fired.
Oh, who was that?
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
When they was jumping him,
Do you want me to name the 7 members or do you got it?
I mean, Wade Barrett was the leader. David Otunga, Darren Young, Daniel Bryan, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Michael Tarver.
Did you name right back?
And then Skip Sheffield.
And then later on, Michael McGillicuddy came into play.
Husky Harris.
CM Punk
was the new leader.
That was the new Nexus, right?
Yeah. And
then
like
Mason Ryan.
And then Mason Ryan, whoever. I remember I saw in the video, someone was like, oh my gosh, Batista came back. I'm like, that's not Batista.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like another Batista.
Boo.
Like he had the body and but he
looked like Batista's younger brother.
He literally had the personality in the back of this. He had no personality.
He didn't talk or nothing really.
He was just a big dude. He looked like Batista.
I thought like with Punk's Nexus, like initiations, I thought those were unorthodox. Where he's like, he handed Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel kendo
What was
sticks.
this, a gang? Like, what was they doing?
He handed Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel kendo sticks. Like, you two are going to beat each other senselessly.
Beat each other with kendo sticks.
And then whoever ends up still standing is part of Nexus.
They said, you know what?
I'm
gonna go join the core over there with Wade Barrett and Big Zeke.
That actually is an honorable mention of mine. Is the core?
Nah,
what did they do?
The core, not the core. See, the thing with the core, it was supposed to be like all equals, no leader. That lasted a few months and it was over.
Was it supposed to be like a babyface Nexus?
Nah, they was definitely healed because they was beating up Big Sean. They had a good song too.
End of Days.
End of Days.
That ended up being Wade Barrett's theme song still later on.
It be your end of days. You know who else had a good theme song before I get too far off? Legacy. It's a new day.
Did Ted DiBiase just end up using that for himself?
Yeah, for a minute. Before he went to I Come From Money, he went to the money gimmick. You know, they He tried to get his Pops gimmick, and that didn't work out for him.
Honorable mention with Legacy. They had a good match.
Did you say you said one, right? You got another one. Yeah, you got another one.
Let's see. I kind of want to go something from my time, but I did watch a lot of stuff from these dudes. I'm gonna go with the NWO. Now, the NWO was a group. The NWO was slaughtering. WCW was just giving it to WWF because of the NWO. Like, the NWO came in on some straight, we thugs. Like,
for the people who don't know who was in the NWO,
well, it started with Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon,
rest in peace,
and then, you know, Big Sexy Kevin Nash.
X-Pac was in
Was
there.
X-Pac in at that point?
Not at W. It was just them three in WCW. At least from what they were the outsiders and all that type, like. And they had one of the greatest debuts of all time when Hulk Hogan turned heel, dropped the leg drop on, I think it was Macho Man. Yeah. And they changed the wrestling forever. And they put Vince on. They almost ran Vince out of business. Just them three, and then they had Goldberg come in.
I liked them as a faction. I hated them though when I got them in the game. I had them in SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth in 2002. I got that game. I got like my championship. Then now at the WrestleMania, they go attacking me.
Yeah, man. I ain't like Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was different, bro. Like, you couldn't tell me it was literally Hulk Hogan and then everybody else. Yeah. Like, that's crazy how in the generations you had Hulk back then. We had Cena, obviously.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Brock, but we had Cena. Now in this era, you got Roman Reigns. Cause I'm gonna say it like this. This is really not my, like, I'm Cena, that's who I seen too. Like, but this is, cause I'm young still, so this is my generation too. But I was watching it when Cena was, you know, going crazy. Yeah. You know, so, and then like you say, now you got, now the kids today who 10, 11, 12, they got Roman Reigns as they got
person, the bloodline,
you know, yeah. So when they get older, they go, oh yeah, we had Roman Reigns.
They gonna say stuff like, I say like Cena doing that to Rocky.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold.
They gonna say, oh, Roman doing that to Cena.
Exactly. And I'm gonna get mad and I'm gonna slap him. I'm gonna slap the little kid.
And then 10 years from now, Theory gonna be that next man.
We'll see.
I would love to see someone come out to me and be like, yeah, the way was like one of the most down. I'm like, no, if only you.
No, not the way.
No, I'm saying like from a kid telling me, it's like I ain't gonna. No,
I don't even think a kid would say that. That's like me saying La Renaissance was the.
Or that's like me saying Los Matadores was like the best tag team in WWE. Like, who was that? Epico and Primo with mask on? Like, come on, man.
But that'd be like me saying Juventud and the Mexicals were one of the best factions.
Hey, I rock with Hoovy. I rock with Hoovy.
You! But no, man. But yeah, man. But yeah, this was just a little video. We want to talk about our favorite factions.
Hashtag stop disrespecting Hoovy.
I'm gonna throw the Undisputed Era in here too, because I rock with them heavy. They was in it. Come on, man. That was your favorite faction. How you? Oh,
this man rocked with Undisputed Era so hard. They leave, and it's just like he doesn't care.
It's like, I know it was when they broke up, and because it was no purpose, I guess, no more. It's like
I was before they broke up. After Adam Cole lost the
title. You turned on him when he lost. Like when he was dominating, you was Adam Cole, baby.
I think even when he had the title, I think when the pandemic, I was like, yeah, Adam Cole ain't even that good.
Nah, you got
his head massive.
Adam Cole, in my opinion, is one of the best wrestlers around the world. Like, you know that for a fact. Like, come on, man. Look at the matches he had. We was just watching one of his matches with Aleister Black. Like, come on, man.
That's actually another one of my honorable mentions was actually the House of Black from AEW.
Nah, yeah.
What have they done? Like one of the greatest factions
Again, honorable mentions. That'd be like you throwing Juventud in the Mexico.
The Mexico Hoovy was a former cruiserweight champion.
At least the Undisputed Era won every single championship in NXT. Like, they won every one.
And at least with the House of Black, they're not coming out on the lawnmower down to the ring.
But what have they done though? Like, we talk about the Shield, the Bloodline, Evolution, House of Black.
I see more star power in the House of Black than the Mexicals.
Okay, Mexico, that's a joke. Like,
at least we finally got you to say that's a joke, because that's a joke. But yeah, we're not going to talk to you. We'll talk on here like crazy. we broke down our favorite 2 factors why we like them most. We could do a.
Oh wait, the honorable mention probably for all 3 of us, as this man is already telling us to suck it. DX.
How did we?
Nah, I just didn't put DX because when I watched him, it was just Shawn Michaels.
I like DX for sure, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, bro.
That's why I didn't. That's why personally I didn't add him because I added NWO because I remember seeing them like.
Right.
Well, but look at how like with the DX like the Invasion. Remember with the tank and everything?
Yeah, it was WCW.
Yeah, exactly. So that's elite.
I mean, they still goated. I just said I didn't watch them, so I didn't put them on my.
Do the Elite? Is that in the same line as the Bullet Club?
I say that because they have done that several times where like when the Elite was in Impact, they came out and dressed in Bullet Club shirts. So I put the Elite with Bullet Club. I put any members that were in it and
so
left that still rep it. Like,
so it's in the same line.
Like I could put like the Club or the OC because they were all in Bullet Club at one point. They all threw up to 2 Sweet. It's all in one group.
Right. All right. So
Like
that's
this,
cool then.
like they say, your Bullet Club for life.
That boy sucked.
Johnny Gargano went crazy.
Hey, we gotta wrap it up.
But yeah, that's it for this video, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Subscribe. Keep dropping comments, man. Let us know in the comments what videos y'all want to see us do, man. We gonna read them. We gonna do it. We gonna knock it out. Whatever.
Comment down below what are your guys' favorite factions and honorable mentions.
Yes,
Let us know if y'all like the Mexicals.
and yeah, I'm your boy Morrow.
Money making Jay.
And I'm your boy Anthony.
And we out.